Hello, everyone. Today is December 12th, and we are at what's often referred to as the 1212 Stargate. And before we go anywhere with that, I want to say this real clearly. This is not a wish portal or manifestation spike, and it's not about doing anything dramatic. This is actually a stabilization point. So if today feels quieter or slower or maybe even more intentional, you are not missing the energy. You're feeling it accurately. Now, if you're new here, I'm Katya. I'm a frequency mentor, soul alignment guide, and this channel is where I share grounded perspectives on how to live and lead and create an alignment with your soul's true signature. So, 1212 Stargate, what makes this different? And in particular, what makes this 1212 different? Because it is different. Now, this 1212 isn't a peak like we've experienced in some years past. It's actually a pivot. And if you've been following my stuff, you've been hearing we've been doing a lot of pivoting lately. So we have been moving through a long corridor of shedding over the past several weeks, and things are dissolving, identities are loosening, and even things like your plans might be going quiet. Our energy is being pulled inward. And what today does is it looks at what's real. So think of it like this. Any false timelines, they lose coherence in this frequency. And that's where soul aligned trajectories, they start to stabilize. Not because we decide to, but it's more because your system has been planning for this. Your system has a resonance to it and it's remembering. Now, if that doesn't make a whole lot of sense, another way that I could say that is our egoic expression or our egoic ways of being are not being supported here in this energy, because the soul's authentic expression is what this frequency is designed to stabilize. And so that's what's happening. And you may be able to even tell the subtle difference between that, just if you quiet down and reflect on where your mind has been going, what has been happening in your life over the last few weeks. So this is less about activating something new and more about letting what is really true remain. Does that make sense? Is that resonating with you guys? Okay, let's just look at the numerology as well. Okay, so if we're looking at the numbers, because they do explain the tone of what we're feeling, they add the flavor of what the experience is like. Look at the number 12. Number 12 is about lived initiation. It's the wisdom that you gain through experience, not theory, not just learning something and remembering it. And so when we have two 12s, that's 1 and 2 reduces to 3, and then 1 and 2 reduces to 3. That's 2 threes. And 3 is the number of expression, but not like exploratory expression. It's the integrated expression. So the energy today is really supporting clarity without explanation, because it's what you know, it's what you're embodying. It's expression without justification, which often comes when we're still embodying and taking on an idea, but now it's without justification, because that's just who we are now. We've stepped into that fully. And so it then becomes presence without performance. Does that make sense? So you're just like being. You don't have to perform it because you're not trying to become it. You're just being. And you may notice that you're even less interested in explaining things, whether it's to yourself or to other people. You may be less interested in proving yourself or proving that you're moving in a direction, or feeling uncomfortable or nervous about not being someplace yet. It's more settled. You guys feeling that? Like you're feeling more settled in what feels structurally true within you. And that's the 2 threes that are working together, the energy of those. So why this day may feel more quiet than some other days, but still really strong. So the universal day frequency reduces to, without getting into too much detail, 14.5. And this is important because 5 is it's about movement, it's about freedom, it's about liberation. But the 14 is specifically liberation through conscious choice, not through chaos. You know how you can like start a revolution and it's like the energy's everywhere, it's kind of chaotic, but you're still creating freedom and liberation. This is different. It's the opposite of that. Same outcome, but you're choosing from clarity and you're gaining momentum through that clarity of choice. So whatever we're choosing from pressure or from uncertainty is going to lose energy right now. You guys feel that? So it's not a day that is really going to reward forcing decisions. It's going to reward honest calibration. So feel where you're at. Notice what you're actually resonating with, the direction you're actually being not pulled towards, because it's an inner feeling, right? It's where you're just naturally starting to navigate towards. It's like your inner compass is just now shifting into this direction. And so that when you follow that, that's where you're going to get rewarded in terms of how things are unfolding for you. And if you don't know yet, that's actually information. So take that. It's not like, well, if I don't know, I'm falling behind. No, that's you picking up more information about where you are. And if you do feel settled, perfect. That's information too. So it's all about gathering more information through experience. Does that make sense? Okay, the next piece. The 12-12, this one is not an ending point. So all of December, all of November, all of October this year has been so pivotal in bringing us to one threshold, then to another threshold. And each one is a bit of a pivot, or I shouldn't say a bit. They're big pivots. And so this one is the same. This 12-12 is not an ending point. It's an opening of another corridor. And this one is carrying us to December 21st, the solstice. So here's kind of how the arc will play out. So 12-12, which is today, this is where our identity is stabilizing. You feel that? Like there's this more certainty. Maybe the last few weeks have felt a bit unnerving, but now it's like, okay, yeah, this is who I am. This is who I'm becoming. I'm letting that go. So 12-12 today, this is the identity stabilization point. The days following today, this is going to be another integration period. So our nervous system is recalibrating to the awareness of this new identity. And then just before the solstice on the 21st, there's going to be maybe a little bit more truth testing in the physical world. So you may see some stuff come up that's going to say, okay, this is who you are, prove it. And you'll be able to. You should be able to. If you're doing the work, I love to say, this will feel easy. This will feel more natural. So to my clients and my beloved members in our creative community, keep your eyes open because we have been working with this energy, whether it's you and me one-on-one or us as the community. We've been working with this for months now. And so this is where you really get to shine because you're going to notice, you're going to feel more, yeah, this is feeling more easy. I've got this. I've got this. So in some ways, this could be, as much as it's going to be a speeding up period of time, I'm going to notice rapid acceleration and momentum. You're probably also going to notice that you're able to keep up. So just pay attention to that. So just before the solstice, 12-12 today, stabilization. Days after this, so leading into the following week here and the weekend, we're going to be recalibrating. And then just before we move into the 21st, that's when we're going to probably have a little bit more initiation. And then on the 21st, that's where the new direction that we have been pivoting towards for weeks and longer, that new direction anchors in. So it's exciting. It's exciting, especially if you like, and your ego is not involved. If you like who you're becoming, it's going to feel really good. So if you don't really feel ready to move yet, that's okay. Movement is going to come after stabilization. When we're past the integrating and really stabilizing who we've become, then we're going to feel like, okay, now it's time to move. right? But right now, the system is settling as it reorients. Is that making sense? Okay, the next piece. Bigger evolutionary arc, just talk about this briefly, okay, from 2025, which is almost over, into 2026. So from an evolutionary lens, 2025 has been a threshold year. You guys feel that? Like so many movements crossing this bridge, crossing this one, crossing this one. It's not so much a year of expansion, but it's more of a year of subtraction. Does that make sense? We're letting go of old identities. Old ways of being are collapsing. External structures, they're losing their authority. We're not listening the same way. And our nervous system is learning and climatizing to a brand new baseline. You guys feel that? Yeah. Anybody that I'm working with directly or in our community, I'm seeing it in you so beautifully. Stabilizing to a new baseline. And there's a calmness, an assuredness, and just a comfort in your own skin. So 2026, this will bring an entirely, and is really the beginning of an entirely new phase. So we're moving from awakening to embodiment, right? Instead of like, oh, the new identity, oh, the new trajectory. Now we're starting to embody that. It's lived truth over just the ideas, right? Going back to that experience that this energy is bringing forward. And it's more structured change than rebellion. And this goes back to, through stability as opposed to in structure over chaos, which I kind of think is nice. So this particular 12/12 that we're in today is like the final calibration before the next shift. So I know I've been saying to some of you, hold on to your hats because things are going to start speeding up, and they will, but they're going to be speeding up and you're going to be in a different place to receive it. So it's exciting. Okay, things that you might notice. Okay. You may notice things like quiet certainty. Yeah. Less emotional charge around decisions. And again, especially if you have been doing, the unraveling and the kind of work that allows this phase to feel more grounded, to feel more embodied and not resistant to so much of it, it's going to feel good. Less desire to try and manage the outcomes. I'm seeing this in some of you so much right now. It's beautiful. But then also less tolerance for stimulation. So this can be where a little bit of the ego drama kicks in, where you're like, I'm done. I can't take this anymore. Know that that's okay. Keep an awareness around how you're expressing that. Where is that actually coming from? The intolerance is a true acknowledgement of this shift that you're experiencing, but how we experience that overstimulation and how we respond to it externally is where we can still tweak and manage. So that part, though, is not about, it's not that you're withdrawing, it's more of that integration that's happening. Okay. The other thing, too, is that externally stuff may start to fall away. They're probably starting to loosen their grip right now, but you'll probably notice as well a desire for less drama externally in terms of relationships and what you do, just not being that interested in certain things that don't resonate anymore, right? Certain plans may feel less compelling. Conversations may feel like, I think we're done. Like, I think this is complete now. And it's not a loss. I want to make sure you don't see it like that. It's your new architecture coming to closure on things because they just don't resonate. It's like geometry, right? You can't put a square peg in a round hole. And we are geometric beings. We are geometry. We're math. It's mathematics. It's resonance. It's frequency. So how do you work with this today? All right. What do you actually do with this energy? What is in most resonance? If I could say it in one word, I would say simplicity or simple. So what does that mean? Less input, being more present. Yeah. Fewer needs to declare things like, okay, this is my intention. And just asking maybe a simple question of yourself. instead, which is quieter, it's more inward. What feels structurally true for me right now? Even if it's quiet, even if it's not a big production, even if it's not a big ceremony or celebration of sorts. And you don't even have to act on it yet. That's the thing. You just need to acknowledge it, right? What doesn't serve today, because this is a different kind of Stargate, is forcing decisions, performative expression, doing things symbolically for the sake of it. Like, for example, doing something because it's the 12/12. This portal isn't really rewarding that kind of behavior, so to speak. It's going to lend power to things that you're doing that are in alignment, and alignment that you have probably stepped into from integrating who you have been becoming along these last several weeks, and I would actually say several months. So to close this off, right? This day isn't asking, like so many days previously, like, who are you becoming? Now it's confirming this is who you are. And because this is who you are, you no longer need the scaffolding, the framework that's been holding this all together. You can let that fall down. It's like taking the training wheels off, right? So you're not crossing a bridge today so much. It's like you're already standing on solid ground. Do you feel that? I know I feel that. I've personally been going through some tremendous shifts, and it just feels like now this is just who I am, right? Same probably for you. So from here to the solstice, let your system settle. The direction that you need to go, if you don't have clarity on that yet, it's going to become clear. Just give yourself the space. And you don't need to feel a pressure to announce it, especially on a day like today. Just let it settle. Let it become even more who you are. I hope that makes sense. In fact, I'd love to know. Please leave me a comment. Let me know. Did this resonate with you? And if it did resonate with you, please like it and subscribe it. And thank you for being here. And I will see you in the next video. So much love to you guys, and happy 12/12. Bye for now.